then. So we're going to start standing. And we want to just bring our feet underneath our hips. We want to try and spread our toes as far apart as we can. So really try and come into contact with the floor or your mat with each toe. And then I want you to gently lift through the arches. And then we're just going to draw all the way up to the crown of the head. So just going to let your arms hang down by your side. We're just going to try and lengthen through the body as much as we can. We're just going to start taking a little bit of a shift. So we're going to lean into our toes and then lean back into our heels, just so we can feel that gentle shift of the weight of our body going forwards and back. You can even go a little bit side to side if that feels good. And what we want to find is that center point where you don't feel like you're too far forward or backwards. And then once you're here, we're just going to start with our feet and work all the way up to the top of our head, making sure all of our joints are stacked one on top of the other. That's it. So then we found mountain pose, and we're going to start focusing in on the breath. So when we're breathing in, we want to take it nice and slow, taking a full inhale and then a full exhale. We really want to take the breath down to the belly. So we're going to slowly take a breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Just want to take it as long and slow as you can. You might need to build it up as you get used to it. Inhale. And exhale. Just keep focusing on that inhale and exhale. You just want to get into this nice steady breath. It helps bring us into our body, helps us to relax a little bit, and also the breath is what we're going to use to move in between each position that we're going to get into today. Nice deep breath in and out. One more time. We're going to start adding a movement, starting with the head. So as you breathe in, we're going to tuck the chin down to the chest. And as you breathe out, you're going to look up to the sky. Breathing in, tucking the chin. Breathing out, looking up to the sky. So we're just trying to get a nice, gentle elongation of the back of the neck and the front of the neck. We don't want to force it, so it shouldn't be too uncomfortable. Hopefully just a gentle stretch. And as I say, just using that breath to move. And it's really important to try and keep the shoulders relaxed and drawn down as you move. It really doesn't matter how slight the movement is. You just want to work within the capabilities of your body. One more each way. And then we're going to come back to neutral. And we're going to move on to the sides of the neck. So as we inhale, we're going to drop the left ear down towards the left shoulder. And then as you exhale, we're taking the right ear down towards the right shoulder. Now it's very easy to either bring the shoulder up to meet the ear or for the shoulder to follow. So we're really trying to keep the shoulders drawn down. And again, just going as far as the muscles down the side of our neck is going to allow us to. Sometimes it's very small. I find these are sometimes some of the tightest muscles in our neck and shoulder area. And just still focusing on the breath. One more each way. And we're going to come back to the top. Now we're going to take a look over our shoulder. So inhale, look over the left shoulder. Imagine you're sort of in your car You're just checking behind, and as you exhale, we're taking it over our right shoulder. Again, it's very easy for the shoulders to move with you and the whole body to twist. You really want to try and keep your shoulders still. And just turn as far as you can. One way is usually easier than the other. Again, don't force it. You don't want to induce pain, it's more just getting to that point of slight discomfort. So you're having to go hopefully that little bit further each time. Still moving with the breath. One more each way. And then coming back to the center. We're going to let those shoulders move now. So as we breathe in, bring the shoulders up to the ears. And as you breathe out, we're drawing them as far away as possible. Inhale, scrunching up. Exhale, draw them down. It really helps to use that exhale just to create a little bit more length in the neck and drawing down through the shoulders. We're going to start adding in the whole arm movement now. So as we inhale, we're going to reach our fingertips up to the sky, full body stretch. And as you exhale, we're coming all the way back and around and coming down to the side. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, take it back down. So really opening up through the neck and the shoulders, the chest. Might be feeling this from the other day. Nice big breath in and out. One more in this direction. And then we're going to reverse it. So we're going to take the inhale and come back. As if we're doing that butterfly motion if we were in a swimming pool. So nice deep breath. Fully exhale. One more time. And then just bring your arms back down by your side. We're going to take a little swing. We're just going to let our arms sway one way and then the other. So we're just getting a little bit of twist through the torso. Nice and playful. That's it. One more each way. And we're just going to come back into that mountain pose. And as we do, just going to recheck our alignment, make sure those toes are still spread and the ankles and knees, hips and shoulders are all lined up with the head stacked on top. Now we're going to bring it into our first forward fold of the evening, and we're going to start just with a nice slow roll down. So a roll down starts by simply tucking the chin, and then vertebrae at a time, we're going to take it into forward fold. So you just want to really slowly start taking your hands down towards your feet. Now it doesn't matter how far you get, you just want to get as far as you can. But you should be able to feel a nice stretch down the back of your legs, starting to open up through your lower back. And once you just feel that stretch, just hold it there, and then continue to focus on the breath. Taking a nice deep breath in, and then slowly breathing out. And as you hold it there, hopefully you're just starting to feel a little bit of release down the legs and through the back. And I want you to move both hands across to the left side. Both hands across to the right side. Back to the left. And to the right. I'm just going to come back to the center, and we're going to reverse reverse what we did coming down. So slowly as you can, we're just going to restack all the bones back on top of each other until the head is at the top. Just take a nice deep breath here. And release. Inhale, reaching up to the sky, full body stretch. We're going to swan dive down. So we're going to, as we exhale, just take it straight into that forward fold. Let the head hang heavy. That's it. And then we're going to, on our next inhale, come up into halfway lift. So we're going from fold into halfway lift. So we lengthen through the back of the legs and through the spine. So you're just getting that length, that hinge. And then we take it back into the forward fold, where we can just soften a little bit more to get further down. So we inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, back into fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reaching all the way up to the sky. We're back into full body stretch. And then we're going to sit back into chair. So we just break at the hips, send the hips back, softening the knees, still reaching through the fingertips. So you're creating that length. So you should feel your quads engaging as you hold this position. And I'm just going to hold it there. And take a few nice deep breaths. And then return to mountain. So we're standing up tall, arms back down by your side. So we're going to start to loosen up a little bit more. So we're going to go through that same routine again. So we're going to take a nice deep breath in, reaching up to the sky. Exhale, swan dive down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthening the back of the legs and the spine. And then back down into forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. That's it. Halfway lift, just create that length. And then release into that forward fold. Inhale into full body stretch, fingertips to the sky. And exhale back into chair, sending the hips back, engaging the quads, still lengthening through your arms to your fingertips. And return to mountain. Well done. Just bring your arms back to your side and stand tall. So we're going to go down again, but this time we will be ending up on our mats. Inhale, reaching up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And back to fold. And one more time. Into that halfway lift. And this time, as we fold, soften the knees as much as you need to. We're going to take it down to the floor. That's it. So you can either walk it forward or come down to your knees. That's it. And we're going to come into our first child's pose of the day. So take your knees as wide as you need to. You're going to try and sit back on your heels. And then we're just going to reach our hands forward and rest our forehead on the mat. If you need a little bit of extra support, you can add a blanket underneath your bum or perhaps under the forehead just to give you a bit more lift so you can find some comfort in this position. This is one of those positions that you can come to at any point for a rest. It's a really nice way to release your lower back and just allow your body to be grounded for a moment. So we're just going to hold it. Make sure if you've lost the focus on the breath, we can just bring it back down. Still try and breathe the breath deep down into the body. Add a slight side bend, so we're going to reach both of the hands across to the left side. You can feel the stretch up the right side of the body. And then slowly move both hands across to the right side, so you can feel the length down the left side of the body. And then we're going to come back to the center. On your next inhale, we're going to come up into a tabletop position. So we're trying to make a nice flat back. So we want to bring our shoulders over our wrists and our knees are going to be underneath our hips. And again, like we did at the beginning, it's useful just to have a little bit of a shift. So maybe rock your weight forward and backwards, a little bit side to side. Find just adding in that movement allows you to find that centered point where you don't feel like you're sat one side more than the other or front and back more. We're going to move through cat-cow, so we're really going to try and get the spine moving. As we inhale, we're going to lift from the center of the back, creating that arched position, and the chin will tuck as you do. And then as you exhale, we're going to reverse it and open up the chest forward, and also the face will come forward. So as we inhale, we move into cat, create that big arch. Exhale, reversing and opening up. That's it. So you're just trying to create as much movement in your spine as you can. Not trying to force it, really allowing the breath to help. One more each way. And then we're going to come back into that tabletop position. You do need to release your wrists or hands at all. You can just take a sit back onto your heels and a couple of breaths. If not, coming back into that tabletop. And we are going to start by moving the legs. So we want to maintain balance throughout. We don't want to be shifting back, forward, side to side. We're going to remove the left knee from the mat, extend the foot back behind, and then bring the knee back to where it starts and switch sides. So then the right leg goes back, extending behind. So the most common thing to happen here is as you change leg, your body is shifting from side to side. You want to try and keep everything as level and balanced as you can. Just using the breath to try and move with that little bit more fluidity. So lifting from the glute, and just really help engage your core as well to maintain that balance in the center. Now you can either keep going with just extending the legs, or if you want to try the next level of difficulty, you're going to start extending the opposite arm at the same time. So as the left leg goes back, the right arm goes forward, Gently placing the hand and knee back down, switching sides. As the right leg goes back, the left arm goes forward. Just take your time. Just try and maintain the centralized spine throughout. We're going to do one more each side. Fantastic. Then I'm just going to sit back on the heels and release into extended child's pose again. So hopefully you can feel this gently stretching the lower back. But as you reach your fingertips forward, hopefully you can feel the length in your upper back too. Come up into downward facing dog next. So we're going to tuck the toes underneath, lift the hips up into the air, and you can straighten one leg and then the other. We're trying to create that length by lifting the hips up nice and high, pushing the ground away with your hands, and gently drop the heels down towards the mat. Now if it's too much on your wrist, you can come down to your forearms, and if it's a little bit too much, you can actually just come back into that tabletop position, but take the knees back a little bit further so that you can lift the hips up a little bit more. That's it. So you can either do puppy dog or down dog, or the animals. That's it. We're going to move into three-legged dog, so we're going to lift the left leg up into the air and then step it through. Or you can come from a kneeling position and try and step that left foot forward. So the goal is to get your left foot in between your hands and your right knee is lifted. Your right knee is rested on your mat. So we'll try and lift the chest. Hopefully you can feel the stretch down your hip flexors and top of your quad. Release our hands off the mat and reach up above us. That's it. So we are coming into a lunge position here. Now we've currently got that right knee down. We're going to try and bring it up so that that right knee is off the ground. Feel free to bring your hands down whilst you're doing that if you need to, but we're trying to get into the higher lunge position. That's it. Hold it there. You're feeling it in your quads. That is enough. And then we're going to bring it forward. So we're going to try and bring our weight into our left leg. So you can either bring it straight up so that the right knee is up in the air, or you just take a step forward and then we're trying to bring our weight into our left leg. You can do it in as many stages as you need to, but the goal is we're trying to see if we can just bring our weight into that left foot. Now, if it's too much to bring the knee right up, you could just keep a couple of toes on the ground so that most of your weight is being supported by that left foot. Still trying to stand up nice and tall. If the knee is out in front of you, I want you to take hold of that foot and we're going to come into tree. So with tree, you can come either to here or you can bring it all the way up onto your thigh. So we're trying to keep that knee turned out and we're working on balancing on the left leg. So you've got lots of stages where you could try this. If just trying to come up here is enough, just hold it there, it's good balance practice. Or you could just bring it to the ankle, because it's slightly less strained then as you're trying to balance, and you can easily just pop the toes back down. And also you can have a finger touching the wall if that helps as well. So once you're in your tree, you can either bring your hands to heart space, or you can reach up, lengthening to the sky. That's it. Good. It's always one of the challenging ones to start with. And then you can gently release, or you can take it straight into Warrior 3, where you release the foot, send the hips back, and then lengthen your hands towards. That's it. Either reframe the front foot and send the right foot back, or you can even just take a step back and we'll meet in downward facing dog again. That's it. So you're going to be repeating that on the right side. So nice big breath in, extending the right leg up into the air, or you can go from your knee and step your right foot forward. Let your left knee touch down. I'm just going to open up through the hip. It. I'm going to bring our hands up, reaching up, so we're feeling that lunge position. So lengthening. You can stay here, or you can tuck those toes underneath and bring the knee off the ground. Again, you've got that choice. You can just try and draw that knee up so that you're standing on your right, or just step it forward until you're at the point where this will either be your slightly easier side or perhaps more challenging. Just figuring out our strengths. And again, we're going to move into tree. So you just want to take that foot, whether it be down by your ankle, further up the leg. Try and keep that knee turned out. And we're just trying to stand on that right leg. Once you're there, either bring your hands to heart space, reaching up, or even a finger on the wall. And you've got the choice, you can either gently step out of this or try and take it into Warrior 3, where you release the foot, lengthen the leg and send the fingers back to the toes. That's it. Perhaps reframing that front foot, left foot goes back down, send the right foot back, or just take a few steps back to come into down dog. Dropping down to the knees and sit back onto the heels. come out of the extended child's pose, and we're going to bring ourselves into a seated position, popping the soles of the feet together, just trying to let the knees hang out, take them wherever they need to be to feel comfortable. You want to sit right up on your sit bones and try to create as much length through the upper body as you can, opening up through your inner thigh. Breath, we're going to gently slide our legs away. So ideally we want them to be straight out in front of us, toes up. If it feels a bit much, you can pop something underneath your knees just to give yourself a little bit of support. If you think you can add a little bit more, just bring your hands down by your side, lift your body up. I'm going to take a seated fold now, and again, as always, we're going to try and use the breath. So take a nice deep breath in as you sit tall, and as you exhale, just going to slide your fingertips down towards your feet. Doesn't matter how far you get, it could just be past your knees, ankles, feet. Hopefully you can feel a little bit of a release through the lower back. Just going to hold it there, take a couple more breaths. Slowly coming up. It's going to get a little bit of a twist through the body now and open up through the hips. So we're going to bend our left leg, step that foot over our right leg, wrap our right arm around our left leg and look over our left shoulder. And if you don't go the other way around, it doesn't matter because we'll do both sides. So we're sitting nice and tall, we're looking over our shoulders, we've got a nice twist through the body, and hopefully as you squeeze that left leg in, you can feel the opening up of the left hip at the same time. We're going to gently unravel, take our left leg back to where it started, so it's straight out in front, and then we repeat with the right leg. So we bend the right leg, step it over the left, wrap the left arm around the right leg, and then look over our right shoulder. And that's it, so we're still upright, getting that nice twist. Just gently unraveling. It's going to take the legs a little bit wider, so left leg is going to stay straight. We're going to bring the right foot and tuck it into our left leg. So we're going to focus on lengthening the left side first. So again, as we breathe in, we're going to sit tall, and then we're going to use our breath to breathe out and reach down towards our left foot. It's going to let the head hang heavy. So hopefully you can feel the stretch down the back of the left leg, and also releasing probably on the right side of your back, depending where you are, a little bit tight. And as you lengthen and reach your arms forward, hopefully you can feel a little bit of lengthening in your upper back as well. And we don't want to bounce here, so once you've reached the point of feeling the stretch, we just want to hold it there. And again, just continue to focus on the breath, and as you breathe out, you might find you can take the stretch a little bit further, a little bit deeper. going to slowly bring ourselves up from that side, lengthen the right leg away. This time we tuck the left foot in. Try and get yourself as comfortable as you can. And again, breathing in to sit tall, and out to slide down towards your right foot. Find that biting point where you can feel the stretch. Try and keep your toes pointing up if you can. And then just focus on the breath. Nice, slow, deep breaths. Breathing into the stretch. Releasing tension with every exhale. Just reach a little bit further, only by 1/2 millimeter. Slowly coming up. Just draw the legs together again, back in front of you. I'm going to take one more forward, breathing in. And exhale. Take it down. And slowly coming back up. I'm just going to bring our knees up. Wrap our arms around them, just give ourselves a bit of a hug. Either keep your feet on the ground or perhaps balance up onto your sit bones. And we're going to make our way onto the floor, onto our back. You can take a roll if you'd like to. So you can just tuck the tailbone underneath, roll it back, take a couple, or you can just slowly roll until you are laying on your back. Take your time, make your choice, have fun with it, whatever feels good. A couple more rolls if that's what you've chosen. Starting by keeping the knees bent. I'm going to bring the left ankle and rest it across the right leg, just opening up through the knee. So we're creating like a figure of 4 shape almost with your legs. Good. Gently release, pop the left foot down, bring your right ankle across your left, open up through the knee. And gently release. And then we're going to make our way into corpse or savasana, which is our rest pose to finish off the session. So we're just going to slide the legs away until they're straight, and then bring your arms down by your side. We're going to take a nice deep breath in, really tense the body as much as you can. And as you exhale, just allow your body to sink into your mat and fully release. This is just a moment to not hold any tension in the body. Just allow yourself to be supported by the earth. I just want you to work your way from your toes to the top of your head. And if you notice any tension in the body, then just let it go. Your feet, your legs, hips, pelvis, core, back, especially those shoulders and arms and fingers. You can feel the weight of your head being held. And don't forget to relax those face muscles. How much tension we hold in our face. And just for a moment, we're just going to allow ourselves to be a moment of quiet, a moment of peace. As you slowly start to bring awareness back into the room, just noticing the temperature of the air, the noises, just start to wiggle the body and move. And slowly bring yourselves up into a seated position.